Ariel Helwani post-fight at UFC 140 alongside UFC President Dana White. And Dana, another fantastic performance by Jon Jones, but it was a little dicey getting there. What were you thinking during that first round when he was having a very hard time connecting with Machida?
Yeah, like I said, going into this fight, I didn't know what to expect of this fight. I think, first of all, Machida came in phenomenal shape and highly motivated to win this fight. You know, he wanted this fight so bad. He got the opportunity because of Rashad's misfortune, and I think he made the most of it. He came in and gave Jon Jones some trouble in that first round.
How'd you score the first round?
You got to give the first round to Machida.
Two judges gave it to Jones. That's why I was interested.
Shocking.
Right, yeah. Do you think that was Jones's toughest test yet thus far in the UFC?
No doubt about it. I think that, you know, other than since he's been, you know, earlier on when he was working his way up to the title, I mean, he had a couple of fights that went 3 rounds and things like that. But yeah, since he's been in the upper echelon, definitely the toughest fight he's had.
Would you say this is the greatest run, 365 days calendar year in UFC history?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Do you feel as though Jones gets the respect that he deserves? And I know he gets a lot of hype, but considering who he beat in his last 3 fights, I mean, and considering the fact that he finished them too, how can you not say that he's the best fighter in the world right now?
Yeah, well, the thing is, again, to call him the best fighter in the world, if you look at Anderson Silva's run since 2006, you know what I mean? Jon Jones is still young. He's had an incredible year, probably one of the greatest years in UFC history. He is on his way.
Now, have you noticed something different about him? It seems as though he has a little more swagger now. It seems as though he's a little more confident in himself. He comes out and he's just sort of playing to the crowd. Have you noticed him change a little bit and become more confident?
Not really. I think that he you know, he's definitely confident, you know, and people keep calling him cocky and all this stuff because Rampage and Rashad said it. But the reality is, let me tell you what, if you could kick people's asses the way that this guy can, you'd be a little cocky too.
Are you surprised when you hear so many people boo him?
No, I mean, do you remember when Rampage first came to the UFC? He was getting booed out of the place, and it really bothered him. You know, there's been guys who have become big stars that got booed early on.
There's so much to like about him. Why do you think so many people do boo him?
Who cares? That stuff doesn't bother me, man. Listen, if you get booed or you get cheers, whatever, people are always going to have their opinions. You don't ever want to be the guy that nobody says anything. You know, when you come in, they don't boo or cheer.
He says he wants to take a lot of time off. When do you think we will conceivably see him back in the octagon?
Yeah, no, the kid has deserves a vacation and has definitely earned it. So we're going to give him some time off. He said he wants 5 months. I'm cool with 5 months.
And the winner of Rashad versus Phil Davis will meet him, right? No matter what. No Dan Henderson, because he's been campaigning a lot for that fight.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This has been a crazy year. You never know what's going to happen. Rashad wins this fight, he gets that title shot. Rashad has been promised that.
But if Phil wins, he may not get it.
He may.
You just got an update on Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, his situation. What's going on and how severe is the injury?
They don't know what exactly. I didn't get the details on the shoulder and the elbow, but there's something wrong with the shoulder and the elbow. And he's going to fly home with me tomorrow and go to LA and have surgery.
Is that one of the more gruesome moments in UFC history, in your opinion?
Well, when you think about it, there's been 3. You know, 2 by Frank Mir, one with this Tim Sylvia arm, now Nogueira's arm, and the Corey Hill leg incident.
When you saw Mir apply the Kimura, did you know for sure that Nogueira wasn't going to tap?
I knew he wasn't going to tap. I knew he was going to tap, and I bet everybody else knew too. He tapped when that thing popped.
And considering what Mir did against Crow Cop, you weren't all that impressed with that fight, if you recall, UFC 119.
Right.
Considering the fight against Nelson, you weren't impressed. How impressed were you with him tonight?
Very impressed with this fight tonight. He overcame pretty much being knocked out. I thought he was out, and overcame it, got into that grappling match with Big Nog, and then pulled off nasty submission.
He mentioned Kane next, and I think if you look at the rankings, that kind of makes sense. Does that interest you?
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. Depends on when Kane's ready, though. Kane's got some knee issues that he's been dealing with.
I know you don't like to talk about this stuff tonight after a fight, but do you think we will see Tito Ortiz back?
Who knows? We'll see. I got to talk to Tito, and you know, again, usually when I do that, I'm concerned about a guy's health. You know, it's not like Tito got viciously knocked out tonight, but he got dropped with a body shot, and you know, could have a fractured rib or a broken rib. So we'll see what happens. Those take a long time to heal from too.
You said Chan Sung Jung tied the record for the fastest KO in UFC history, but I don't know if you know this, but Dwayne Bang Ludwig has been campaigning to get his fixed. When are you going to give him the love?
If you don't think he's been hearing, I've been hearing that one from. And to be honest with you, I don't know all the details of that. Well, what is it? What are the details? Do you know?
Well,
Because you know
basically-
everything, Ariel.
Well, not really, but basically he was out and they sort of stopped it late, and with the timing and whatnot, it really should have been a 4-second KO.
Yeah. So you've timed it, and you know that it was 4 seconds.
Me and the rest of the MMA community, I think Dwayne has timed it many times.
I'm sure he has.
He has a petition
So it
online.
was 4 seconds.
Unofficially, but officially it's longer than that.
But everybody has taped this thing, and it is 4 seconds.
I believe so off the top of my head here.
Then
It's a little late tonight in Toronto, but I believe so.
Then I'll see what I can do. I'm on it.
All right, and what did you think, though, of seeing Hominick, get finished like that? Such a great boxer, a guy who doesn't make those kind of technical mistakes. And a lot of people thinking, with everything going on in his life, that maybe it was a mistake to come back this soon. I don't know. But what did you think when you saw that?
Yeah, well, it wasn't one of those things where he gassed out, he did this, he did that. I mean, he went in there and he got caught, literally in seconds of the first round. And it's, I don't know if you can blame that on what's happened to him lately, or he just got caught. Went in there, was aggressive, literally went right after him as soon as the bell rang and got caught. That can happen to anybody.
Ebersol Patrick, you thought Ebersol won, but Lorenzo thought Patrick?
Yeah, would you see that on my Twitter?
Yes, I do follow you on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah, Lorenzo texted me robbery. He got robbed, and I was here. You get two different looks at it, if you're watching it live and if you're watching it on television.
You disagree, though?
Yeah, I didn't think Claude Patrick won.
Right. And just wondering, you mentioned the flyweights are coming, right? March 3rd. March 3rd is the date that was announced for the FX show in Australia. Will there be another show? Because you said it will be on pay-per-view. So when will the flyweights be fighting, or which card will it be on?
It'll be on the FX show.
Oh, so you just said pay-per-view before.
Bastard. Yeah, well, I wasn't going to give out the,
Well, you were just waiting for our interview.
March 3rd. I didn't know you knew that was supposed to be an FX fight.
Yeah, it's pretty much out there. Unconfirmed, but I guess you just did confirm it. Australia, right?
I hate you. Yeah, it's in Australia.
Will they be the main event, those 4 fights?
I don't know yet. I mean, we're so far away from making that card.
When do you think we'll see the rest of those guys come in, the 125ers?
Soon. It'll be soon. We're putting it together now. Did you see Showdown Joe's jacket tonight?
Let's not talk about it.
Oh, God.
You see his partner Frank Trigg's jacket? It's horrible.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Okay, let's just end let's end on this, and not to end on a negative note, but how much backlash have you received due to the Miguel Torres situation?
Yeah, I mean, the fans, you go on my Twitter and look over the last couple of days, the fans have been putting it to me about the Miguel Torres thing. And I respect that. I like the fact that, believe it or not, when I make a decision and fans come out and defend the fighters, I don't hate that. I don't get mad about that. I like to see the fans stick up for the guys and that our fans are passionate about stuff like that. But I have to run a business here, and I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it.
Have you talked to him yet?
I've talked to his management. I haven't talked to Miguel.
Do you have any interest?
Yeah, I have interest. I don't dislike Miguel Torres. Miguel Torres has always been a good guy and a great fighter. But we just haven't talked yet. We will.
You're not going back on this, though.
He's cut from the UFC.
Finally, you've been teasing the Strikeforce announcement. We broke the news many months ago. So a lot of people saying, I'm not saying, just people are saying, it would only be fitting to sort of break it here with us. What do you make of that?
I haven't been teasing it.
I'm just sort of giving us little hints.
Yeah, trust me. I've been dying to give it to you guys, but it's just not done yet.
But do you think it would only make sense to do it with us since,
Oh, to break the story. Oh, it makes sense. Well,
to close the story,
It's about you. Right. You will go anywhere. I mean, you're in my room. You're everywhere. I can't even hide from you, man. So, yeah, you probably get it because I can't shake you.
Me and Antoine Dotson, we say, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Exactly.
All right, we'll end it at that. UFC 140, a great night in Canada. Congratulations to you and the crew, and congratulations to Jon Jones.
Thank you.